Hello and welcome inside the ACU TV or studio. I'm Sydney Varner alongside Carrie Johnston. Our top stories this week include a sing-song recap, breaking news about Galaxy, and a historic baseball win over the number 12 ranked TCU. This is the Optimist Newscast. Men's fraternity Galaxy will be returning to campus on a probationary status after they have completed all of their required service hours. According to the Office of Student Life, Galaxy will be allowed one social event this spring and will be able to take a new Mooney class, but will not be allowed to host any new member orientation events. As Sing Song Weekend has come to a close, campus is still celebrating the respective winning acts. The Optimist London Gray has a recap of this weekend's winners.
After months of sometimes grueling preparation, Sing Song is finally over, and today, 3 acts woke up champions. Sing Song hosted 13 competing acts ranging from Scrabble pieces to tooth fairies to silverware. On Saturday night, Frater Sodalis, Delta Theta, and the senior class act took home the gold. Directed by Jax Hernandez, Frater Sodalis celebrates their first 3-time win streak. The Caped Crusaders defeated 3rd place Sub-T Farmers and 2nd place Gamma Sigma Phi Janitors. The camp counselors of the senior class act took first over the 3rd place Freshman Sailors and 2nd place Freshman Cereal. For director Jackson Scott, the win was long awaited.
Now this is the 3rd time that I directed, and I was like, hey, we got 3rd and 2nd. Maybe we're gonna get 1st this year.
And 3rd time's a charm as the class of 2022 celebrates their first class win.
So it was really exciting to go from, losing each year to finally getting that win together.
The Ice Creams of Delta Theta took the cake over 3rd place Gata Smoky Bears and 2nd place Siggy Brides.
It's really exciting that we now have a win under our belt in recent years from such a long streak with such a memorable act that people really loved.
With an arrangement created by junior Eva Strawn, DT won for the first time since 1977. Strawn says with the biggest pledge class in sorority history and 2 pledge classes this school year, DT had the numbers and the motivation to claim the prize.
We put so much effort into that and we wanted it so badly. The fact that it all paid off for a win after 45 years is phenomenal for us.
The $1,000 prize winnings will go to Love and Care Ministries, Incorporated, and the Food Bank of West Central Texas. For The Optimist, I'm London Gray.
Optimist Carrie Johnston got to follow the men of Frater Sodalis behind the scenes to cover their 3rd sing-song win in a row as they made history for their club. Let's take a look.
We have the men of Frater Sodalis.
Champions, once again. Frater Sodalis continues its recent dominance in sing-song, overwhelmingly defeating the other men's acts to earn the coveted champion title.
During show week, I got the unique opportunity to follow alongside the Frats, witnessing the journey they went on to earn their 3rd straight sing-song win.
By the end of the 66th sing-song, the fraternity finished first in over half the categories. Leading the Frats to the win was director Jax Hernandez, who spent months working on the act.
I ended up winning and, so past that, I just kind of started working, and it was a long and hard process, but it's 100% worth it. I'm loving every minute of getting to do this.
Despite the pressure of keeping its win streak alive, the fraternity aimed to enjoy the time it had together. One member, outgoing president and participant in all 3 winning acts, Jack Barceline, highlighted that importance, plus the implications the win had on the fraternity as a whole.
It would also just mean a lot for Frats and their legacy, to see that we're able to win Sing Song not once, but not twice, but 3 times in a row. I think it would make alumni, current members, it would just show everybody that Frats is back.
With the win, the Frats did not only receive bragging rights, but also connections that will last forever. According to Hernandez, it was the togetherness of the fraternity and the accomplishment they could achieve that kept them going in the hard times.
Being able to be a part of this and to be able to look at something like our act and say, I did that, like we did that. It's it's a really great feeling, and it's just kept me moving forward.
Reporting from the Taylor County Expo Center and for The Optimist, I'm Carrie Johnston.
Within the past few years, ACU took the pledge to go green at the Bean and avoid as much waste as possible. While this movement is still in effect, the Bean has been without a dishwasher for a large portion of the semester. This has caused some difficulties for the workers in the campus cafeteria and has led to the use of more plastic and paper material. The job is being offered as a full and part-time position depending on the worker's schedule. The perks include benefits and staff meals while working. More information can be found through Chartwells or on job board websites. The anonymous chat app Yik Yak has grown in popularity on campus in the last year, but is not a favorite of all students. Optimist Allie Jones got to talk to some students about what they think about Yik Yak at ACU on this week's episode of Street Cats.
Hey guys, my name's Allie Jones and welcome back to Street Cats. Today we're going to be talking about the controversial social media app Yik Yak. We're here at Bullet Call to see how freshmen feel. Let's go! Okay, so just overall, do you think Yik Yak is like a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. Like, it sounds weird, but like, I find out a lot of things about ACU through Yik Yak. So like, good and bad. So.
I feel like it's probably kind of a bad thing.
Okay.
But it is funny, so.
I think it's a good thing.
I definitely don't think it's a good thing. Definitely feeds into gossip and people hiding behind the
So do you think it's more for like students to be informed as to what's going on campus, or do you think it's more of like a gossip app, or both?
Oh, I definitely don't think it's a good way to be informed. It's all gossip and lies and jokes.
It's very informative sometimes, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's a good way to like figure out or like know what the student body is like really thinking. Because, you know, it's anonymous, and so I feel like if it wasn't, people wouldn't actually say what they're thinking.
I think Yik Yak can be good and bad just because there's a lot of censorship whenever it comes to what actually happens on campus sometimes. So I definitely think that like it can be a good thing, but if things go too far and there's too much influence that comes from Yik Yak, it can definitely be a negative impact.
It does kind of feed fire as far as negative like feelings and actions go, but most of that stays within a certain community of, you know, yackers or whatever.
Have you yacked before? No.
not yacked before.
Okay.
And depends on my season, you know. Like if I'm feeling like a little feisty, like I'll like yak, you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's like either your favorite that you've ever like put out or one that you've seen?
I saw one today where this guy like took a bunch of colored squares and made like Perry the Platypus. It was kind of cool.
Okay. I did hear about a lot of funny ones regarding Sing Song, but I didn't like go see them myself.
I had a few about me during the during the big Grant Henshaw phase of Yik Yak. There's a couple, about me.
Anyone that's making jokes about clubs, because like at the end of the day, it's just like, you know.
Yeah, it's just clubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine.
Okay, do you want to like reveal what that was, what it said?
We'll keep it anonymous.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Now, opinions are still split on whether Yik Yak is a good or a bad thing, but people are still drawn to it. I'm Allie Jones. Thanks for watching.
Up next, baseball triumphs over TCU, track and field have a successful meet in Lubbock, and softball faces off against Texas A&M. Carrie Johnson has more on sports. Carrie?
Thanks, Sydney. ACU baseball had a historic road game against the, at the time, number 12 in the nation, TCU. It was slow for the Wildcats, not seeing the scoreboard until an exciting fourth inning, which gave them a lead 4-1. It began with a home run from Colton Eager, which Grayson Tatro also scored off of. ACU was able to keep the Horned Frogs just to 2 runs the entire game, ending 6-2 compared to the last matchup between the two the previous week, which ended in a 3-14 loss for the Wildcats. The team went on to win 2 off of games in the weekend series against Lamar. The next games will be held here in Abilene against Air Force Academy. The stadium will also be revealing a brand new scoreboard during the series. The first game will be broadcast on ESPN+, while the second will be broadcast on the WAC Digital Network. While the students were busy with Sing Song this past weekend, track and field traveled to Lubbock for the Master Raider Open. Senior Anina Brandenburg once again broke the school record with her discus throw. The team was also double digits in lifetime best, giving strong performances all around. Senior Jamal January, who is currently ranked in the top 10 in the NCAA for hurdles in the long jump, had a lifetime best in the 110-meter hurdles. The next meet will begin Thursday afternoon in Nacogdoches as SFA hosts the Carl Knight Invitational and Multis. Softball had a rough weekend against powerhouse Texas A&M. The team had an extremely sloppy start by losing 18-0 in the first game after a 14-run fourth inning that was mercy ruled in the fifth. The team saw the scoreboard for the first time in the third inning of the second game. By that point, though, the Aggies had already run up the score 6-1. The game ended 9-1, once again being mercy ruled in the fifth inning. While the first two were mercy ruled, the last game of the series was much closer, ending in a 2-5 full 7-inning game. The next series will be a home series against Lamar University beginning this Friday at 6 p.m. The Saturday doubleheader will be at noon and 2 p.m., with both being broadcast on ESPN+. That's all for this week's Optimist Newscast. I'm Carrie Johnston.
And I'm Cindy Varner. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.